Hello and welcome to today's video. We will be modding the Cadisen Rolex homage. It has a Tiffany mint dial as well as the markings in the bezel insert. The lume is okay and acceptable, not great but not bad. Cadisen, as you know, is a mid-tier AliExpress brand, and so we shouldn't expect the lume to be the likes of Zillows and Proximas and Heimdallars and such. Okay, so I purchased, this is a 37mm watch and a no date dial. Ideally it should house a NH38 movement, but it has an NH35 in it, hence there is a ghost date, ghost position on your crown. This is not the strap that the watch came with. This strap costs half of the price of the watch. It's a Bonetto Cinturini strap, which is vulcanized rubber, Italian rubber, mixed with vanilla, and it has a mild, not too strong, but mild and very pleasant vanilla scent. The vanilla is mixed inside the rubber, so it lasts for years. I have a Bonetto Cinturini band that I have worn almost on a daily basis for over 4 or 5 years, and it still smells like vanilla. Not as strong, obviously, but you will be satisfied. And they have straps that you can use on a butterfly or fold over clasp, as well as just your regular straps with buckles, and they have a variety of colors as well. So why I had to change the strap is because the watch initially comes with a quite nice bracelet, actually, a stainless steel bracelet with rivets. Visually they're actually screws, dual-sided, both sides, so a bit uncomfortable because you have to hold two screws simultaneously and unscrew one or both. The other thing is it's not exactly a light bracelet. The good positives are that it comes with a female end link. Being a 37mm watch is for smaller wrists, inclusive of the ladies, and yeah, I mean, obviously I bought it for my wife, so that's the positive. The only positives that I would mention about the bracelet is a female link and visual. The visual is effective. But the rest, the clasp is very, very bad. There is literally zero micro adjustment. As you can see, there is holes for you to be able to adjust. First of all, you know, this needs a tool and a specific tool at that. I'm going into here, and I mean, it's not an easy one. Much easier when these are drilled, but for visual and high class I understand that this looks better. Okay, fine, but then what is this like? How do you overlook having two screws protruding on both sides on your end link? So basically, if you are able to squish something in and move this pin out, you're still not able to move it down because these screws won't let in. This became a known problem, and several AliExpress brands that do use these same or similar bracelets, they adjusted for the end link here on the lower side towards the clasp not to have these protruding screws, so they're set up in a way where you can actually use the micro adjust. So this is a big miss, because you know, if whoever, male or female, does not mind the weight of the bracelet looks fine. It's just not a adjustable bracelet. But main reason being it's just too heavy and uncomfortable for my wife, who is used to lighter, more ladylike watches. The other thing why I got this watch was to just see if she liked the Tiffany mint dial and the color. I guess I would leave it in, but my plan was to change this, mod it to a sandstone dial, which would look marvelous, I think. Something like this. And it already has an NH35 movement in it, so it would show the date, etc. So when I told my wife, showed her, etc., she said, can you please first change the strap? And she asked for a darker, which was a good choice, because when you have a dark strap and a light dial, it brings out the color of the dial. And so this was a good choice. Now I have changed the strap, but there was one more thing that I needed to do, like I do on all my watches, which is to grind down the backside. I will pop in an image of what this used to look like just an hour ago. I ground this down on knife sharpening stones. This doesn't need to be very shiny, it gets scratched up anyway, and it is on the back. So I did polish it, but I didn't go through all the grits, etc. Again, not necessary functionality wise, and I will explain why I do this. It's because it significantly increases the comfort and wearability of the watch. Rolex style watches have this, for me, drawback. Everything is subjective, of course, but I don't like things rubbing and causing discomfort on my wrist. So watch wearability for me plays a huge role, and what contributes to that are actually not one or two factors. It's not only the shape, it's the bracelet, how that contours, how the watch case contours, the weight, if I already mentioned it, etc. So it's a combination of things, but it is very important how the watch case, because the bracelets are flexible, right? Whether it's a strap or a steel bracelet, whatever kind. Yes, there are differences in how flexible they are around the wrist, but even the largest links still allow for an oval shape. So the bracelet, I would think that the bracelet is secondary to watch wearability. What is very important is the watch case, and for wearability specifically, number one for me would be the contouring and the back. This right now, it's an SBDX001 homage by Proxima, right? Your Marine Master 300. It's a titanium case. It's a huge pity for me they don't make them anymore in titanium, but yeah, it's a 8 or 10-year-old purchase, which I modded, and I ground down the monoblock case back. I did not compromise the water resistance. There will be a detailed review of how I did this mod, and modding two more Proxima watches to get this similar case back. So, long story short, this large watch, probably one of the largest watches that I own, is the most comfortable to wear. And that is because there is no bulge on the back, and the case back follows through the oval shape of the overall shape. So as I said, most comfortable watch that I own, and it's a rather sizable large steel, titanium or metal watch. So I do that to my watches. Other examples: 62 Mas homage. I ground down the back. This is now 1.1 millimeters thick, and there is no way water is getting through 1.1 millimeter stainless steel. The only way water can get through is by the seals which you're not affecting by grinding down the back case. You're not affecting that because, well, if you know how it works, etc., the rubber O-ring is outside on this lip, and what drives the pressure down on it is the thread on the case back, and doesn't have much to do with the thickness of this here steel. And another example, again a 62 mass case, again my own build. I did the same on this case back. So this come in basically this is the case back, right? So if you'll see the lip, how this sloping side, this is the same case back that is used on the 62 mass cases, and then I grind it down to this condition. And when you look at it in the profile, you see that the lugs come down and are almost on the level but higher. What helps with that is the female end links, which again this is not you can't purchase this on AliExpress. This is Tokay Lab bracelet for 62 mass conversion kit that goes very snugly. I had to struggle a bit, but then there is no budge. There is no way of, you know, shaking this in any direction. And then I added the San Martin on the fly adjustable clasp. So talking about case backs again, sorry I veered off a little bit. If we look at the side profile of this, same thing. If this was even a bit, you know, thinner, it would be even more comfortable. This serves as a female end link. This is by San Martin, by the way, and I have to say, as a bracelet itself, this is by far the most comfortable bracelet, and beautiful too. And I have plenty of bracelets, trust me. So and what I've done is, by the way, I've switched this is the Tokay Lab you know, basic simple clasp, and I have the on the fly adjustable clasp that came with this bracelet on the 62 mass Tokay Lab combination here. So yeah, case backs are important for wearability, and that is the reason why I'm trying to make this watch as thin and wearable and comfortable as possible for my wife, not to be discouraged by, you know, yeah, maybe I like the looks, but it's just not that comfortable. She loves the vanilla smell as well. She liked the watch that I wore that had the similar strap, and she didn't order this. She just said, can you please put a dark green dark blue strap on this? I obliged, but I knew that she liked the vanilla, so two rabbits with one shot. Now I want to show you how the Cadisen, this version, has the NH35 placed in it. It does include this spacer, the additional white plastic spacer, which I'm not a huge fan of. I prefer when this is done without this plastic, additional plastic spacers, and the function of this spacer is actually done by the thread here, and this thread pushes down on the gray plastic spacer that the NH35 comes with. And I believe that is more of a sturdy. You could maybe argue that this serves as a more of a cushion thing. I don't know. I prefer the ones that the 40 millimeter case, right? This is 40. This you put it straight in without the additional spacer. Same with the Marine Master 200. Same with my Proxima Marine Master 300s, etc. Okay, done. So I will now install this, take a measurement. I've taken off 0.5 millimeter But the thing is, it's not only the thickness that you mod by doing this. There was a circle here and a bulge of half a millimeter height. But that thing has an edge, right? So that's an additional contour that has to rub against your wrist. And simple physics tell you that the pointier and smaller the area of contact like this is painful, but this I barely feel. And it's the same principle. You want a wide case back so that it has more touch to your wrist, to your skin, and does not push down on a smaller area. So to save time, I will now install the O-ring after I grease it up with silicone grease, install it, screw it back on, and I'll be back in a minute. So I'm back. Now let's I screwed down the case back. It now has a sterile case back, just like your original Rolex. It improved the contour of the watch by taking off half a millimeter at least. Let's take a measurement. Yeah, now it's 12.4 and used to be 13, so 0.6, slightly over half a millimeter. Now I have a 7.25-inch wrist. Okay, and that's the look. The bezel lines up, everything's fine with it, with the exception that I would like it to be a bit more stiff. The bezel is just a bit too loose, but the rest, including the sound and everything, is just fine. So yeah, that's the look. There is not any large gaps here, and it wears better than it originally did with that half a millimeter. Proxima sends out their watch parts. They've been putting this in these Pelican cases, which is nice. This time they send out a larger one, previously smaller ones, which are very good for watch transporting. So this is the modification we will work on next. It's a PVD black coated, PVD coated black SBDX001 case by Proxima, and there is a special feature on this case, but aside from that special feature, this bulge, we will be doing away with that as well. And as you can see, yeah, it's not much of a sneak peek anymore, is it? As you can see, it already is milled out. So I'm not going to decrease thickness here. All I'm doing is taking off this extra lip. And that serves no function other than decoration. So for Proxima have their own, others have their, little this insert, right? So yeah, sure, whatever. This itself is over a millimeter thick, probably. Yeah, 1.2, let's say 1 without the 1 millimeter without this plastic. And there is also this dual-sided tape, which when the paper comes off, let's call this 1 millimeter. Which adds that millimeter to your case back unnecessarily, giving you nothing in terms of water resistance. As you can see, it's not even a full seal, it's just a round sticky tape. This adds zero water resistance. So if you grind down the lip around, then you're left with, instead of 15.8, you may be left with 14 something, 14 and a half. The titanium case that I did, because it is a full monoblock, this one has a slightly different construction. We'll get into that in the detailed review of this modification, but this one is 14 millimeters thick. So and again, I did not compromise water resistance because I did not make this case the middle of it thinner. It is as much as it was, just slightly polished over it. Same thing, I took out the insert and then ground down the lip around it, and here my result was 14 millimeters, but this is titanium and a slightly different case. Anyway, if you like the content and if you are interested in seeing more of it, and I don't only do board modifications on the channel, there will be a wide variety of themes. I also do knives, electric bikes, electric motorcycles, Texas style barbecues, construction, and all kinds of stuff. So there will be interesting content being uploaded regularly. So please spend a minute to give this a like, a thumbs up, and most importantly, please subscribe for more content like this. Cheers, peace, and have a good one.